Ilimu, Utako Kamboa.
What? What you say?
I said those are windows, young man. Should try making some. Might set you free.
Welcome back, Miss Ghatta Lohvett. Tell us a little bit about the Arab Spring, Tunisia. You were there when that happened, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? That must have been scary. I think at some point you said you were protesting and there was some shooting going on, snipers and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Fill us in on that.
That was horrible. But to understand that, okay, there were a lot of shooting, there were dead. And the thing is, why that happened, because Ben Ali, who was in the government for 23 years, has done the more corruption, abuse of people. You cannot talk. They are stealing everything. They are abusing people. You have good business, they come, they say 50-50. You don't accept, okay, you're down. You say anything against them, you're in prison or you're killed. It is 1984. That's Tunisia, under Ben Ali. That's how it was.
So they were like tapping phones and everything?
Yeah, people are scared from their phone. And what is tapping their phone?
Recording your calls, listening on.
Yeah, kind of. How many times the phone ring, you pick up and you hear echo of your voice. So
that's how you can tell when they're
listening. You can tell that someone is listening at your line
and
here.
Recording.
Yeah, and I think it's true.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
So it was really, for sure. I lived under 1984. I escaped that miraculously. People were...
How did that start?
It started, this is what I remember. I was born in the 70s. So there was Bourguiba, the guy who came with the independence. And I remember my father and my mother, they hate this guy. He was also a dictator. He made of his birthday a celebration. We have to celebrate his birthday every 3 of August. Imagine how stupid that is. They gave us a day off for his fucking birthday. And they gave us a few other holidays, the independence. And there was not independence because this guy sold the country. That's why they hated him. He sold it to the French. He made an agreement because before Bourguiba, before the revolution, we were told that we were governed by the Bey. And the Bey were from Turkish, the Ottoman Empire. That's that part, from Asia. That's what Islam comes from. So they hated him. And in the 80s, there was a group that started growing, and the name is Al-Nahda, which means the rise. Al-Nahda. And this Nahda was a Muslim extremist. This is what we learned. Because probably it wasn't him, it was another guy that was killed, and it was from my city. He was a doctor, PhD guy, and he was called by the police, and they beat him, they killed him. And he was buried in my birthplace. So... we were living in terror when you speak stuff, etc. And this group was said to be a terrorist group. I remember my best friend in the high school. It was amazing. We were two crazy ones, having fun, trying to survive in that atmosphere of
madness.
Really. So her father has a library where he sells books. And she told me the name that they have chosen was Nahda. And then after the Bourguiba stuff, they have to take it down because it's terrorist word. It turned to be a terrorist word. And it's true, this Nahda, their chief, who is, what's his name? Rashid Ghannouchi. Rashid Ghannouchi in the 80s, he was member of a terrorist attack in a place called Sousa, where they explode something. They killed maybe 2 tourists or something. They hurt many Tunisian people. And Tunisia was kind of attracting tourists, European. And they think that tourists, kind of the economy is built on this exchange, you know, because of the beautiful culture in there. So that's the idea that that ruined the image of the country. And Bourguiba sent one of them to jail for life, Rashid Ghannouchi, and another guy was sentenced. What I heard in the beginning, he was sentenced to death, and he ran away and he found refuge in Great Britain. So in 2011, there was this revolution. Ben Ali was too much, and he opened supposedly the moderate Islam, because under Bourguiba, no woman can cover her hair. That's a sacrilege. Women are born to be free. Remove all the traditional stuff that covered the woman. That's what Bourguiba brought. And it's true. So he gave us, that's what we were told, the right to study, because women in the old days, when they were university, as I told you, the Jama, women travel alone to study. There are many African women scientists, doctors, writers, of course, warriors, kind of governed the place. Bourguiba freed the woman, they said. Under Ben Ali, he followed that agenda. He has to let the women free. So we go to university. Women are doctors, pilots, generals, in all kind of places. And my grandmother used to be a nurse in the Second War.
Wow.
Yeah, really, she was a nurse. So how advanced we were. and Ben Ali, so he has to stop this group of educated men who were spreading the word about the Islam, the religion of Khalid Muhammad. That's it. That's the Islam that they didn't want us to hear about, because Malcolm X was forbidden. We weren't allowed to watch that movie. I watched it in France. So
interesting.
It was in
they
the 90s. They
didn't want that to be seen in Tunisia.
No, it associated to terrorism. That's what they said. Associated to terrorism. It is a movie on Islam, and Islam was associated to terrorism.
Okay.
And the Arab Spring, when it came, because Ben Ali tried to follow the agenda of his masters, who are Saudi Arabia, Israel, United States, Europe, Macron, all these bastards. They told him to bring the moderate Islam. So he said, okay, women, you can cover your hair. And they fell in the trap. Wow. They thought that's the Islam. Okay, because Islam, it's never said in the Quran that women has to cover their hair.
Yes, I remember.
It was only for the wives of the Muhammad, the Saudi Arabian guy, because these beasts are obsessed with sex. They are crazy, nuts, and it's awful. So that's their projection, and their projection, they put it as words of God. And they said, okay, a woman has to cover her hair, she's half mind, she's this. So when Ben Ali came, he's at the end of his term, you say, he opened, so the Quran came back in the radios, and you see the mosques like the mushroom. Everyone here, kind of, in a small place, you have 3 at least mosques, and we need schools in there to teach the kids.
Yeah, I remember when I lived there for a short time. I remember there was fucking mosques in a triangular pattern around me. It's like 2 blocks in this direction, that direction, and that direction.
Yeah.
And every morning they do Allah.
Yeah, they wake you up in the middle of the night to remind you that you have to go wash your face, the ablution thing, you know, the process. You have to clean yourself, and then you go and meet God. And you know, God was to pray, bang your head on the floor, it's true. But it was to kiss earth and thank earth. That earth is giving us all this life and medicine and the food and the trees and everything. Yeah. And this is your God, stupid.
Exactly.
That's your God, not the invisible one in the sky. Take
care of it. They don't
Yeah. You know, they messed our minds with these confusion. They take your identity and they demonized it. For instance, they demonize Islam in the Arab Spring now, when Ben Ali ran away, etc. Who came back to govern us? This criminal of the 80s who bombed and killed people and found refuge in Great Britain. He became a politician. He killed all the men who stood against him, like Shokri Belaid, like another guy, a very nice guy. They call him Hajj. And it's amazing, mind-blowing how kind of, you know, with this Arab Spring, the criminals became the heroes and the heroes are killed until today. They are stupid. They are protesting to a government that Saudi Arabia put for them and expecting them to do something for them. It's mind-blowing. And they destroyed Tunisia, as Hillary Clinton said. They went to Gaddafi. They killed him, etc. And a stupid French guy I met recently, maybe months ago, and he told me, you have chosen your election, this Islam. I told him, are you kidding me? In France, when Sarkozy won, that was fair. Every time when Le Pen is close to win because she wants to protect the French culture, you know, those from Bastia who care about their French heritage history. So they always fall, they always lose, and it's always the socialist, the nice socialist, you know, the open liberalist now, like this Macron, this asshole, who came to Tunisia telling us, I feel your pain. And it's very, I understand that, or something like that. And he put us through that. His minister of the other one, Sarkozy, I think, she was saying, Marie, she said, we will send you Ben Ali to help you, the police, the French police. You know, that's why Tunisians were saying, whoa, France is going to colonize us again. Now I understand, you know? And they took the thing from there. So Ben Ali has to go because he oppresses a lot and people don't like him anymore. For 23 years, the man was doing Western, you know, the man in the animation, destroying everything in the name of progress. Yeah. And
take him out,
and then they put this criminal murderer, Ghanouchi. He became the head of the country, you know, the spiritual leader.
Wow.
And he was the one who helped to create Daesh. This terrorist group. And they named it ISIS. They demonized the divinity, the goddess of Africa, which means earth, worshiping earth, you know.
How do they get to do those jobs? Do they take the criminals out of the jails?
They save them, yeah, they protect them.
They take the criminals out of jail, I mean. Where do they get these
guys
from? I don't
know, huh?
Seems like those would be the best ones for the job, the ones in prison.
Kind of, everybody is corrupt there.
No, but to go out and do these terrorist jobs.
You must be helped by them. They cannot do it alone. For instance, in France, the few attacks, French attacks, Charlie Hebdo was amazing. Everybody loved Charlie Hebdo. I'm coming from Tunisia, a Muslim Arab country, and I love what he's saying because everything they were in those caricatures, les intouchables, those that you cannot touch, and it was the picture of Saudi Arabian and Israel. So yeah, the Arab Spring was a war another war against Africa. It's not democracy. It destroyed us.
They
It
always
killed
come in the
many
guise
of our families there. My student died. He was shot in the head.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And we went to visit these people, wonderful people who gave us their food, welcome us, the teachers, as they were grateful. We were crying, everyone, because, you know, they were protecting their neighborhood. The police wasn't there
Wow.
to let the militia do and kill everybody. Yeah, they hate us. Saudi Arabia, they sent mercenaries. That's what happened in Tunisia. And they say, yeah, you have progress and moderate Islam. Fuck you and fuck your moderate Islam.
Ilimu, Udako Kamboa.
What? What you say?
I said those are windows, young man. Should try making some. Might set you free.